Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our heroes are now battling a zombified dragon and the lizardfolk. Juniper is unconscious and dying in an acid pool. Quinny is doing his best with his eldritch blasts, and Butthole can't seem to keep any of his concentration spells going. Will our heroes be able to defeat Caustilancer again? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Dum-Dums, you are fighting a dragon again. After killing Caustilancer, the black dragon that had been bothering the Sword Coast by murdering murder bothers up and down the coast.
Aggravated bothering.
Aggravated. Yeah, it's Bothering Plus. It's the premium version of Bothering. Caustilancer, the zombie dragon, has risen, landed, and is beginning its rampage. We reached the end of our last round with the heroics of Gator, the dragonborn Gator man, leaping onto the zombie dragon's back, only to be just pincushioned and fall unconscious by the wayside. Speaking of unconsciousness, Juniper dropped below 0, so we ended last session with me asking you to roll a death save.
I did.
Yeah? How'd it go?
Not good.
Okay.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Okay.
Well, I've got some good news for you.
What?
You don't need to feel bad.
Why?
Because you also take acid damage for being in the pit, so you would have auto-failed it. So you don't need to roll ever again. You'll just die in 2 more rounds.
And then you'll never have to roll again.
It's my fault now. It's not your fault anymore.
That's great news, Tom. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think she feels a lot better looking at her face.
Yeah, that's the face of someone
I
who's
didn't
thrilled.
feel sick to my stomach before. I do now.
Great. Happy to oblige.
We gotta get her out of there.
Oblige.
Yeah.
For what's worth, Redeye
Worse.
can raise you. So,
I mean, technically, he can just fart on you and then you'll die.
also true. Yeah. So, someone get to Juniper. Quinny, you're up. Use your healing.
Yeah. I moved.
Stabs her. Sneak attack. I don't know.
I moved 45 feet, bonus action dash, and regular movement in difficult terrain. 45, and I was 90 feet away from him when he was on the ship, pinned to it. He has since come down.
He's dropped down. Yeah, he's dropped down in front. He took that fall damage because he was pretty high up and he didn't use his wings like
And he's been bitten by Gator so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gator using his alligator jaws.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, just taking little bites.
Caustilancer is in front of me then, like pretty close.
Yeah, very
up
close. Yeah, you could walk up with even with your limited movement.
Yeah, but on the other side of him, somewhere on that boat, is Redeye.
So Redeye, the way you can think of this is it's about 30 feet to the top of the boat, and Redeye is somewhere up there. You blasted him off the back of, I think that was you.
I blasted him off the back
of him. He rolled back up and is contending with the fart powers and getting hit by a hammer. So it's the kind of thing where he was like going back to get on his mount, and then a fucking hammer slammed him in the face, and he farted a bunch. So he's up there.
Okay. I just want to do a quick point of order thing. I had missed some more Warlock shenanigans. Killing Caustilancer gave me activated my Dark One's Blessing, which gives me temporary HP equal to my Warlock level plus my Charisma modifier, 11 temp HP.
Wow. Not bad.
The horrifying Rot Breath absolutely wiped that out.
Correct.
But instead of being at 23 HP, I'm at 34 because we're accounting for 11 temp that would have.
And that'll also.
That's awesome.
I think for damage taken, that's still capped. I kept the cap the same as my health being capped.
Yeah, I think so, because it's the amount of damage that was.
Yeah, it's all damage that I took.
Yeah, but I'm inclined to say the temp hit points would count against your overall HP being lowered.
If you want.
Because I feel like temporary hit points get shrugged. Like, I've always imagined...
Temp hit points first, and then it digs into your actual health.
Which is how your actual health took it, but I think it's the spirit of the way I've always interpreted temporary hit points is very much as like, it's almost like an overshield. Like, it's just, you've got a little bit of extra juice going. So I'd be inclined to say that it's not like you felt suddenly extra healthy. If it was a barbarian, I would say that the cap goes through, but Dark One's own blessing is just like magical...
Yeah,
you killed someone.
My patron is like, "Hey, good job!
Hey, good job! You did great, Quinny."
Yeah.
So, I would say whatever your maximum HP is dropped to, you can add 11
back to it. Okay.
To it.
I won't argue with that.
I think that's fair.
That makes
based
sense.
on how I would interpret that. So, okay, great. Thank you. What do you want to do about the zombie dragon?
Yeah. In terms of just a straight one-on-one fight, like I'm not winning in a fight against a dragon, even if it is a zombie dragon. I also, I kind of just like took that rot breath and we kind of carried on with things. Let's paint a little picture here of Quinny is like sick. He like that had a magical effect on him of like he is gross, like his eyes are baggy, his skin is yellow.
Ugh.
His like I think like rot breath from a zombie dragon. I think some of his fingernails like fell off. Like he is just his like hair is falling out in clumps. He is in gnarly shape from
gross.
the effects of rot breath, especially with his health being capped. Like that has to have some sort of physical
Yeah, no, I like that a lot.
reflection.
Hope Vinton doesn't show up right
So he's just gaunt. Yeah, he looks
She'd
awful.
be into it. Yeah. Killed a dragon and he looks like he's dying.
now. Let's fuck on its corpse.
He's so close to a lich. We're going to live forever together as kings.
Nothing bad ever happens to couples who rule as liches.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Pan to a car.
Into Butthole, just fist in palm.
Quinny had half a mind to just circumvent this dragon and get in aboard that ship and just try to like assassinate Redeye, but that would then leave this dragon up to attack Butthole and Juniper especially, who was like very compromised right now. So I think Quinny's going to try and buy a little bit of time by wheeling around, like get up to Caustilancer and bonus action dash to just give him the extra movement to come around zombie Caustilancer and just start poking at his side. So instead of like facing out, out into the arena, he's going to try and get this jerk to like do like a 45-degree turn.
To pivot.
Yeah. Or sorry, a 90-degree turn, to face Quinny at his flank.
Cool.
And
That's a very smart move. I like
Quinny's
that.
going to go in for it. He just, I don't think zombies respond as well to verbal barbs. I think they're kind of
stopped you before.
They're kind of in a place beyond that. So Quinny's just hey, down here, you fucking, I'll do you twice, and just two attacks, Thirsting Blade with the breach of contract.
Yeah,
so first one, no advantage, right? It's just me and this dude.
Twice.
Yeah,
That's such a like a 30s goon versus zombie thing to say. I love it.
18 to hit, which I think is not going to meet the 19.
Well, buddy, I have some actual good news for you. Not like the
not ironic
not like my
good.
not ironic good news. The zombie dragon is not using Caustilancer's stats. The zombie dragon has its own stats as a thing that's come back to life. So, sir, what'd you roll?
An 18.
You're
was my
good.
Total.
His AC is his AC is lower. His abilities are different. You haven't read the entry, but
No, yeah,
it's different.
I don't know if he has one on that. Rafe was good, but not great.
Yeah, maybe I'll be
He'd been
adding to
avoiding
this
black
one.
dragons, so he doesn't know what the zombie ones are like.
Yeah, I never saw one die. Thus, I don't know what happens after. Probably
okay.
bad.
So that's a hit. Do you mind if I just roll the next one to see if I
go
hit, and
for
then
it,
we
bud.
roll
Yeah,
all the damage together?
Sure.
So this is the second attack. So that's going to be 19.
Yep.
Okay. So two attacks, both with breach of contract. So that is going to be 2 plus 8 piercing, 10 piercing, and 1 ice. And the second attack's damage is going to be 3 plus 8, 11 piercing, plus 3 ice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was hitting plus instead of minus on this.
Oh, no. He's getting
It's
stronger.
getting stronger.
No.
It's more powerful than he's ever been. Sorry, one
He
second.
loves dying.
He's so...
Oh no, his first death was so cool, he's addicted to it.
Yeah, he's like opposite now. Damage heals him. Oh, no.
There we go.
Yeah, and the poison effect of breach of contract has been disabled for the day, I believe. So that's not coming back.
That's okay. He's immune to poison. Strong hits. And again, what you're finding weird about the undead version of Caustilancer is it does. We talked about this last episode, but he does look fresh. Like he's a recently murdered, like minutes ago, dragon.
Yeah.
But with the sort of necrotic energy flowing through him as you're slashing away, like, you know, he still looks pretty hardy, but you're just like hacking chunks off of the body. It's just it's held together through necrotic energy now, not through like actual musculature and tissue.
Right. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's just he's gonna get gnarlier and gnarlier looking as you go.
Yeah.
But you are, you know, I think your eyes widen slightly as what would have been a miss hits, and it starts to like it's a bit easier than you would have thought.
Like he's not dodging. He's or not like like
not
like
there's-
not shifting to be like glancing blows off of powerful dragon scales. It's just I'm just carving into meat, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Which is its own version of horrible,
Yeah.
but speaks to the difference in its nature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is going to at the end of your turn swing, take a tail strike at you.
Oh, great!
Not-
Distraction
not
is
that
working,
different.
gang. Thumbs up.
What's your AC?
17.
All right, so that'll hit.
Okay. We'll do
and
uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge.
Well, I should maybe hear the number first.
Yeah, you're good on uncanny dodge.
Okay.
So that is yikes, yeah. That'll be 24 points of slashing damage.
Okay, yeah, I'll uncanny dodge that.
Fuck.
So you take half, or you?
I take half.
Oh yeah. Hachimachi. You saw those double eights, Laura. from
Yeah,
there?
I saw those double eights. Yeah.
Okay. Hachimachi. Great. So that is Quinny. Your turn.
Yeah.
Next up, there is a lair action. The bugs dissipate. The orb of darkness that was floating in your butthole goes away. That's about it.
Dragon's too dead to manipulate a layer.
Yep. Too dead to manipulate a layer. There are no more layers. So
All right.
Cross out the layer. Boop. Okay, that brings us to
Oh, the tide's coming back in.
Shit. Fuck.
acid doesn't move in water, right? It brings us to Redeye. Oh man, what the fuck would I do? It doesn't know about your intervention. You didn't cast a spell. So he's gonna kind of like pull his way up to the top of the boat, and just like put a hand on himself and try and like cast one of the various remove.
Try to cast harder. I hope you shit your pants.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like he puts a hand on himself, glowers down at all of you, and says, "Look, whatever you did, it's going away." And then he just the saddest, lowest kind of forced fart as nothing happens, and he goes.
He farted into his own chest with his palm.
What have you done?
Just a farting like.
No. Yeah, he's more disappointed than someone playing Plinko. He just says, "What have you done to me? What? Hey, man, what the fuck?" You don't have to answer.
Oh, I mean, this is all going according to plan at this point, where he's like, "Redeye, I have taken your power, and before all of your lizard folk, all you can do is fart. If I speak not true, strike me down with your grand powers."
Pink eye, pink eye, pink eye, pink eye, pink eye, pink eye, pink eye. Brown eye, brown eye, brown eye.
Onto the zombie dragon. It's very good. All right, Quinny, you're fighting the zombie dragon. You've successfully distracted it. It takes its bite attack.
Oh boy, here we go.
And forgive me, your AC?
Shit.
Is 17.
17. So that is a 19 to hit.
No.
That'll do.
So that'll be.
This is probably curtains for Quinny.
That'll be 20 points of piercing.
Oh, fuck.
I'm barely hanging on.
And I need a con save.
Yeah, let me just write down my HP. Con save coming right up. 8 plus 1 for. You know what? I'm going to use Dark One's blessing. Dark One's own luck. Excuse me. 1d10 to add to a save. So 8 plus
9. You get 8 plus 1.
Thank you. Yes. Sorry, just for my own brain. 8 plus 6 on the dice for a total of 14. 15 then plus my con modifier, as if it makes a difference. I mean, it might.
You
He's a
are
zombie.
far enough away from Juniper to not be getting a bonus.
Correct.
All right. You fail the con save.
Okay.
You will take 15 necrotic.
Yeah, I'm down.
And you contract the zombie necrosis disease.
All right. I am at 0. Like I drop a little past 0, so I am down. And does that kick in anything with zombie necrosis? Like, am I risen?
Nope.
No? Okay.
You get hit by it. You make a con save. You did that. When infected, you have to make a con save every hour or take necrotic damage. It increases for each save you've made against it. The damage lowers your hit point maximum by the amount equal to the damage taken. It's treated, you regain it. But if you go to 0, you come back as a zombie.
I have gone to 0.
It's your hit point maximum.
Okay, so we
it's
should
not,
track that.
It's not your HP was reduced to 0. It's when your maximum reaches 0. If you haven't been treated, then you rise.
But you would now subtract
15.
Oh, but it's the next. It wasn't.
Yeah,
this,
so
it wasn't
don't-
this strike. It's the next time you fail your
Okay,
con
so you're
save.
still unconscious.
Yeah,
then you take
but
the-
you're-
Yeah, you can still just
okay.
die regularly, at which point I would argue you would come back up as a zombie.
Okay.
Does he subtract 13 from his total because he took that damage?
Not
now?
on this one. No, that
Okay.
was just from that's just from the rot breath. We got a bunch of different mechanics going on, but basically
Yeah.
the rot breath reduces it. This one just deals necrotic and infects you.
And now when you're rolling against infection, that'll start to factor.
Yeah,
in
which
over
is
time.
only every hour.
Great.
So
He's immune. He's gonna live forever.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. Whew, getting spicy in here. All right, so Quinny's down.
Butthole. You're from
heaven and hell, respectively.
Yeah,
somewhere just hovering just above the
Technically,
grave.
we've all been banned from the afterlife, so I just want to remind you
Correct.
guys: you're not going to heaven or hell.
That's right.
You're going nowhere.
Butthole.
You get the express bus to some kind of underground nothing.
how far away are you, Butthole?
That was what I was about to ask you,
Oh,
sir.
gods.
Yeah, because you were still
Yeah.
at the pool.
I was with Juniper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with me. Hello.
Okay. So Caustilancer zombie dragon.
Theoretically, Quinny had traveled 45 feet.
I went up to Caustilancer and then wheeled around him, which,
So
depending on his
probably-
size, like around 15 or 10 feet.
So probably
to
60
the
feet.
side.
We could say
50 feet.
realistically
Yeah,
45
that
forward
feels-
and
that
kind of
feels
around.
about
We'll say
right.
60-ish feet.
All right. So with Quinny dropping, he's going to turn
Sorry.
and sort of cast about. I think seeing you, Butthole, bats its wings, flies. He doesn't make it all the way to you. He's 20 feet away from you, but he flies 40 towards you, and kind of lands with a thump. This is not elegant flying. This is very much like, like a bird who's got some shit on its wings, just kind of trying to flap it off. So it's more of a hop, a teetering hop, flop, coffin flop, if you will. So yeah, 20 feet from you, but approaching.
Okay, so I have a zombie dragon 20 feet from me. I have 20 archers trained on me. Quinny is down. Juniper's down. Redeye is farting into his own chest, but he's so far that I can't get to him in any meaningful way because I'm not the one who moves good of this band of idiots, which means I am tremendously limited in what I can do.
I understand.
And I wanted to consult a guy who could jump real far over difficult terrain.
Go steal his boots.
Yelling to me, Quinny, doesn't work anymore,
Oh no!
which was kind of core to my philosophical plan for this. Oh.
Those of you listening at home, Laura is now face down on the desk.
Yep.
And I can only get 15 feet in a traditional move because I'm in difficult terrain, correct?
I don't think you got close enough. The difficult terrain is 60 feet from the lair. You're back at the water, so you're actually fine. You've got full.
Okay, I've got full movement, but Quinny is 60 feet away.
Yeah, Quinny's far away. Juniper's like right next to you, but in water. Wait, actually, sorry. I think I'm wrong. You went in to get Juniper. You moved up to her. You're standing in you took the acid damage, which you'll take again, which is 8, unfortunately. But you're standing right over Juniper. So if you want to like do any Juniper related shit, you don't need to move anywhere to do that.
I can do that, but
You may not. I don't know. Just
there's limited effect I can have in waking her up for us both to die. Let me go through my spells, Tom. It's just me now. It's a one-person team.
solo.
There is a great moment of tension in Butthole because he can do the thing that is smart for Asgard, but Quinny will most likely die a permanent death. Or he can gamble it all on whether or not his god powers will support or abandon him in this moment. Because there are exactly 2 cards he can play that have any kind of tactical sense. And that's when he hefts his hammer and he bangs the bottom of it on the ground and spins it in his palm and raises it high and yells, "I am the butt hammer and death fears me."
And he is going to use Turn Undead now that the undead zombie dragon has come within 30 feet of him.
Ah, damn.
It needs to roll me a DC 18 wisdom saving throw for the zombie dragon.
Okay. Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Fuck off.
Come on.
Fuck off.
That is a nat 20.
Fuck off.
That is a nat 20. Okay. Okay.
Now, Tom, you've had your fun. Let's
Look, there's an
That's
agony
real.
and ecstasy to rolling in full view, and this is where the rubber hits
Will
the
I
road.
roll behind something? guys?
Laura will buy you the guard to hide your dice. That was his action. Okay. He is going to look up, realizing all of his godly powers will not stop this extra planar, undead, horrifying entity. And he will play a verbal card. This one he did not consider very valuable at this point, but he's running out of fucking cards. And he's going to say, Redeye, I challenge you to single combat for leadership of the lizard folk. Fight me and prove you are something without your powers that are now just farts in the wind. Or acknowledge that any one of these archers could lead the lizard folk 2 minutes from now because that zombie dragon can't stop every lizard.
Redeye? Redeye. Fart guy. There's a lot of conversation from the lizard folk. I need you to roll me perhaps the most important...
Probably intimidation.
I
Yeah, it feels like intimidation because the more important buy-in than Redeye, who definitely would want to say fuck no, is all the lizard folk believing he's done these impressive things. That is, this is a pretty good number, an 11.
Whoa, double digits.
Double digits.
I got. That's for Butthole. That's pretty good. Intimidation is like not his thing. He's the new friend guy.
Yep.
So you're trying to intimidate them. You're making if you won't fight me, any of these guys could be king argument.
Yes. So arguably, I'm trying to almost intimidate the rest of the lizard folk
I
to get
understand.
him on
It's
board.
the rest of the lizard folk I'm fucking with right now, which is like, where would that hit them?
Yeah, if they believe you.
Well, I'm trying to figure out
they
what
might take the
stat
shot.
that appeals to between intelligence and wisdom, because like it's a logic-based argument.
Well, here's where if you want an outside pitch on this, it would read as intelligence to me if they're like a ruthless society looking for every advantage for themselves. It would be wisdom if they believed in Redeye but believe he could be failing now, because then it's like, does it trigger their avarice or would it trigger their fear? Because I think wisdom would be fear and intelligence would be avarice.
I like
if
that
makes
pitch.
sense.
Okay, so we'll go with wisdom then. So they look up at Redeye. They look to him to basically smite you, as he's been known to do. And Redeye kind of reaches, and as we established, he's all arms, right? So he extends his arms out. It's like that Michael Jordan poster. It's just like all arms, and yells down, I have raised the dead. I've killed our enemies. I've connived and backstabbed and stolen. You all know. You know where the intelligence in our tribe lives, where the power in our tribe lives. I don't need to fight. He will hit me with a hammer. What value is that to us? We have a dragon. We shall kill this one, and we shall ride for Daggerford. Think of the nice houses you'll all have. Think of everything we've always wanted. We will wipe the humans from the world. It will be glorious. And everyone's like, Redeye. Redeye?
Hit me with a single magic missile, dickhead.
Yeah.
Just one.
That's what that Redeye meant. And they, he grits his teeth a little bit like Ace Ventura. Because as we established earlier, he has been keeping control of the lizard folk by doing magic, by doing supreme acts of magic. and they're aware he's incredibly destructive, powerfully raised the dragon, whatever. However, if he can't do magic now, that does raise the question of, like, could I just shoot him and take his shit? So I also rolled a 9 on their wisdom. They get a +1, but it came in under your 11, so you get that going for you.
Yay!
He is going to
An
attempt...
endless victory for this party.
He is going to attempt to cast a spell. So that is a 15 plus his spell casting modifier. And he throws his hands out in front of him, extends his fingers, and says, "Die, God." And then he shits himself. Because what I rolled doesn't matter. He's still controlled by fart powers.
Power word brown?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So he just stands there, and he's wearing a loincloth, so it's just like rolling down his leg as all of the lizard folk look up at him. And you see his lizard eyes just kind of dart left and right, and he just yells, "To me!" And the dragon, Caustilancer dragon, like bats its arms, rises, and as arrows begin to fly through the sky at Redeye, they're bad at hitting him too. He runs and leaps onto the dragon's back and yells, "Fuck you guys!" And begins to take off into the sky. Butthole, you get one free attack at him as he flees. What do you do?
Okay, one free attack.
I will remind you, your hammer, still up there.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one he was going to use because there's no point to anything else. So he's just going to... Butthole's just looking at that, and he's got the spinning hammer in the sky that didn't work, and he's just going to open his palm so the head of the hammer falls into his hand and close his fingers around it and cock back like Bruce Lee style. And then you're like, "Brown note," and he's going to punch as hard as he can, seeing that spiritual hammer up top take that shot. It's a 17 to hit.
To hit Redeye or Caustilancer?
He is aiming for Redeye.
Yep, that'll hit Redeye.
Okay, that will be 19 force damage.
Solid hit.
You knock Redeye unconscious. He's riding a dragon. So, dragon's taking off. He leaps on. He's like, "Oh, wait!" This is like the How to Train Your Dragon theme swells in his mind as it takes off. And then you just punch him in the back of the head with the hammer. He tilts forward, falls between the wing and the neck of the dragon, pinwheels down, and you just watch his neck snap against the back of the boat as he ricochets off it and plunges into the water. And the dragon continues onward, flying off into the horizon. The lizard folk, having seen this, all turn to you and go, "Brown eye, brown eye, brown eye, brown eye, brown eye."
That's right. I am the Brown Eye. I'm going to bring my friends back from the dead.
Brown eye.
And then we're going to return to do some restructuring of this lizard folk society. And he's going to reach down and... "She is dead and dead no more." And he's going to cast Cure Wounds at level 2 on his friend Juniper.
Yay.
Juniper. Oh, God. That will be... That'll be 23 HP healing to you.
Oh.
4 to himself is a little treat.
Oh.
Just like
treat for Butthole.
coughing up water, but it's also acid water. It's burning.
Oh, God.
I'm still in the water.
She has returned.
Get out.
Say something brave.
I am back from the dead to fight our enemies. I don't know.
Great, keep saying that. And he's running over to Quinny. "I run because I am powerful." He's learned the fastest way to run.
They all look at each other like, "Brown eye, translates you so fast."
Yep, sprints over to Quinny and it's just enough spell slots to do that one more time.
You get there just as Goblin Jr. is about to take a bite out of him.
Fuck. Traitor?
Hey, great work. Wait, we're close. Let me double check this. That will be 24 HP. And he gets another 4 for himself. It's a little treat. It feels good to help people. Get up.
It's been kind of a rough one today, huh?
Yeah, we're in charge of the lizard folk now. You gotta look tough.
Cool. Thumbs up.
The three of us and anyone who is with me will live forever.
They point at Gator.
Also, Gator! He runs over. You thought I couldn't raise him, eh? I'm no Redeye. I am the Brown Eye. And he casts it at level 1 because he's at a level 2 spell slot. So Gator will come back with 16 HP.
Okay, great. Gator sits.
Butthole gets 3 as a little treat.
Straight up, like the Undertaker, and just immediately shock upright and coughs out a blast of poisonous, destructive energy. Just kind of like between his legs in front of him, just scorching the earth. Butthole, you kind of leap back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what do I got to roll?
And he looks at it and says, well, what do you know about that there? I guess I am not a gator. That's a dragon-born breath. Hey, where's that big guy? I gotta give this to him now. Hey, give him that dare.
He's a zombie, and I think he's just going to fly in a straight line until he falls apart. So we're letting him do what he does. This is Gator. He's been reborn a dragonborn.
Hey, and you all... Oh, it doesn't matter now, does it?
Exactly. All right. So take us back to your...
Pulling arrows out of his chest.
Take us back to the base of the lizard folk.
And he leans over to you, Butthole, and says, hey, I think these guys here are the ones who shot me.
Yep, I'm in charge of them now.
Oh.
Which means nominally you are too. We're going to sort out a new command structure.
Oh.
And then we're not telling anybody this happened because I think enough people kind of have racist assumptions about the lizard folk, and I don't want any of them to be right.
Oh. And, together, all of you make your way back to the lizard folk encampment. Upon arrival, the ninjas kind of like show you into the structure.
Tom, I'm really scared. Do I need to cast lay on hands on myself? Is this something I don't want to? I don't want to get into a fight again and be at 0.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm doing that.
Juniper.
We're walking now. It's out of an initiative.
Yeah, out of initiative. Yep.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do on the walk, Quinny?
I'd say I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Just kind of has like a flop sweat and doesn't look better, even though you've put him up on his feet.
Juniper's just gonna like come over to you, like put her hand on both of your shoulders, just like you're gonna be okay, and you heal for 30.
Oh, both of us?
No, just Quinny.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Gator comes over
He
and says,
looked really rough.
Gator puts a hand on you and says, hey, yeah, maybe this here makes you feel better too, huh? And he just gives you a little shoulder massage. But it's armor, so you can't really feel it, but he's trying. You hear the clink of his claws.
And I said, you know what? I do feel better because friendship is nice.
There you go. That one's there for free, eh?
Thank you. And then he's going to cast Cure Wounds on himself.
Gator turns to Quinny. He's like, I did that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Do you need a little more?
I mean, I'm feeling like a lot sharper now than I did a minute ago. Like, I'm not going to turn it down, but it's not like mission critical.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll just save some
hang
reserve.
on to it. Hang on to it. We do need to conquer a nation. Okay. Lizard folk.
Yeah. So you return to the lizard folk encampment, and Butthole, you're shown to the like bone throne, and everyone sits down and says, "Brown eye, brown eye, brown eye." And then one of the lizard folk who's wearing just kind of like he's got like an abacus on a string around his neck and is wearing a robe comes around the corner and just says, did you kill Redeye?
Yes, I'm Brown Eye. I made him shit himself to death.
Impressive. Well, welcome, Lord Brown Eye.
Thank you.
So you'll have to excuse the ninjas. They only say the name of the leader so that if they're caught, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I'd give him credit, etc.
Yes. God help me.
What a day.
My name is Eggs Legs Martin.
No, it's not.
That checks out. Quinny, you're not helping.
Oh.
Quinny, your sickness is making you say your thoughts. Inside thoughts.
I didn't think.
Inside thoughts for Brown Eye.
I didn't just think that. I said that out loud.
Yeah, you said that out loud. Brown Eye commands you keep those thoughts in your head. This is Eggs Legs Martin.
Yes, Eggs Legs Martin.
Okay, eggs.
I understand the amusement. Martin is a silly name.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
Yes.
Okay, so Eggs Legs Martin. What's up?
I'm the master at arms of this camp. It is my job to make sure the provisions and things are here.
Okay.
I often get eggs quickly, hence my name, Egg's legs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it would seem that you are now our ruler, so
Correct.
Welcome, I suppose. What is your order, my liege? Shall we march on Daggerford?
Nope, we're not doing that anymore. All right, so it seems like everybody here kind of really hates Daggerford. Am I right?
Brown eye. Yes, I will say, sire, that the expansionist policies of Redeye have been sort of what have led us and guided us. He told us it was right and good that we expand the swamp in our realm. So I don't know if there's a particular personal hatred towards Daggerford so much as there is a desire to conquer and to take eggs from all places and everything. Eggs.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm in charge now,
Yes.
and we're not going to be able to do that expansion thing.
So what do
Well,
you do
first
instead?
of all, I think a big problem for all of you is the fact that humans don't lay eggs.
What?
Yeah, if you leave here, there's no eggs.
Red Eyes told us that they laid the eggs.
Oh, no, he's very stupid. That's why he
No,
died pooping himself.
It can't be. Roll me a persuasion check. At advantage, you're a human, so he thinks you maybe know what you're talking about.
Thank you
But
for
you could be
Wait, he
lying.
thinks they're eating human eggs?
Yeah, he just wants eggs.
That's a 21, which is much better than a 9, so the advantage is really working in my favor. Yeah, no eggs. And there's tiny eggs from like a chicken or whatever, but you can buy those.
Buy the
that-
eggs?
Have you ever heard of purchasing things? You trade money for it?
Wait, you're telling me...
Do you guys have stuff-
he gets a little salty. He says, hang on. Years ago, I told Red Eyes... shut up.
No, he's
I
dead.
told Red Eyes that we could change the small, shining, glittering things for goods and services.
Yep.
And he said no, that we would be murdered upon sight. You're saying this is not true.
That is not true.
So if I
Yes.
wanted eggs, I could just give the shiny, small, round ones, and you would give me eggs?
Yes, I would. Yeah,
Human eggs.
My people would. Oh, yeah. But there's no such thing as human eggs, but we can
Right.
give you chicken eggs or other various, cold-blooded creatures' eggs.
What about tools?
Yeah, we can do that too.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we can tell you tools. That's what we want to do. We're trying to start a whole economy thing.
Red Eyes said that our envoys were killed when they went to Daggerford.
Okay, I can't really speak to Daggerford, but I'm not actually from there. So, do you guys have? So here's a question: do you have any paper? Do you have somebody? I can have somebody draw something.
We tend to weave. We prefer weaving. Can you weave it?
We can find a middle
That's
ground.
how we will weave it. Am I right? Lizard 5.
I'll
Both
give
at the
it
same.
a lizard 5. That's pretty
It's
good.
unpleasant.
Fine. Butthole's not here for himself. Juniper, I'm going to
Yes.
need you to do this because there's certain things that are not on the table at the moment. He's like, no wolfing out, thank you. I need you to draw a picture of one of our gates.
A picture of...
Of the gates
Of
that
the
we have
gates?
like around the palace.
Oh, yes.
I want to know if
okay.
they have one, but describing it is going to be a hot mess.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
I know you have the materials.
I have
but
the
I need you to do it.
materials.
Right.
Yeah. No. Mrs. Paisley is not
I'm aware.
coming. Yes.
Great.
Okay. And Juniper will hastily draw, walls, gate.
Yeah, walls and a gate.
Yeah, but do you guys have one of those gates? Have you seen a gate like this anywhere?
Well, no, what we did is we pull up our ramps, and that would be
No,
what
but I mean,
climb up.
sometimes there's like magically gates that already exist that you can teleport through if you turn them on. We know how to turn
portals.
them on. Yeah, you got a portal?
No, we don't. We
Okay,
want
well-
one. That is one of the reasons Red Eye said we must expand. Eggs and portals, he said. And tools.
Okay, well, we can get
And
you
hats.
I can provide all of that. There's a portal that's past Daggerford, but they're kind of assholes. How do you guys feel about deserts?
Bad, we are lizards.
Yeah,
we
it makes
like,
a lot of
We like
sense.
the marshes.
Can we move a gate? Does anybody know? Let's look at a Quinny and Juniper.
I feel like we had this conversation with Alan. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think we can. I think it's like...
Okay, so
It would be
we'll draw you a map
huge
to a gate
feat.
where you can come and trade with us, and I'll make it clear to Daggerford that if they hurt any lizards, we'll hurt them.
King Brown Eye, a question.
Yeah, go for it. Shoot.
What will make the humans want to kill us? Other than, and he does like that reptilian grin.
Yeah, I mean, you have a history of expansionist tendencies and pretty brutal murders in the area, and that seems to have really concerned people.
Yes, well, Red Eye has led us for hundreds of years.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. So we kind of need to rebrand things and have it. Like, here's the other thing. I'm in charge right now, but I don't want to be here forever. Just a second. And he goes to the gator in the corner, and he's like, hey, I mentioned maybe you should lead the lizard folk. How do you feel about that?
Well, when I thought maybe I could find... go find us some other guys who like me out there, or gators, then I would have to keep traveling. But now I'm just a dragonborn, I guess. And, I care about the bayou. I care about being by you. Like winks to Juniper.
Yeah.
And then he coughs up some blood. He's still not feeling very. Wipes his mouth. So we can work with them here to make this whole place a little nicer, little better for everyone. Yeah.
All right, so what if we put you in charge of here, and then we'll bring you and a collection of lizard folk to go meet the people at Daggerford. We'll do like an easy, let them know not to fuck with you. And then we'll show you where the portal is so that you guys can send delegations back and forth to Asgard, and we'll trade stuff with you and such.
Points at Eggs Legs Martin says, I'm bringing that guy there.
But he seems like he knows a lot. Andy likes eggs.
Loves eggs.
He's got a funny name, Martin.
Eggs Legs is like steepling his claws and just like clicking them together.
Hello, Eggs Legs. All right, so we got a plan. What we're going to do is, do you know Gator?
And the ninjas look at each other, look back at Gator, and just put the bows on the ground.
Yeah, that's a good move. All right, so I'm going to leave Gator here as the envoy to the swamps. We'll bring you, Eggs Legs, maybe like, I don't know, 5 ninjas. I'll take you to Daggerford. We'll make it clear that they can't hurt any lizard folk, and you guys aren't going to hurt them. And then I'll show you a way to a portal where if you want to do some trade, we can trade those shiny things that you got for stuff like tools and hats and eggs and anything else you need.
My king.
Yeah?
A question.
Sure.
Unrelated to eggs.
Okay.
If we are going to trade, we will need the small shinies, right?
I mean, ideally, yeah.
Should we not perhaps raid the lair of the long-gone dragon to see if there's any shinies there? And eggs. Maybe eggs.
That is.
Claws crossed.
That is a great idea. We should check for those things. If there are dragon eggs, I'm going to need to take those because we know some dragons and it's important that we stay on good terms because you don't want another Caustilancer, do you?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So the eggs are going with us, and then let's see what shiny things are there inside that giant boat or whatever.
This seems a good plan, my lord.
Okay, so we're all going to go back, and if it's hard to carry all that stuff, we have a mule with a cart. He goes and collects steed to be a part of this treasure hunt.
Yep. So you make your way back to the dragon's lair, and there's not a lot of gold. Quinny, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm more concerned about how many hours have passed for each task we've kind of outlined here. I, as the player, am concerned. Quinny doesn't know that
go
he's
ahead and
sick.
Go ahead and roll a con save.
Okay.
It's definitely about an hour. You're not feeling any better, and you don't know why.
17.
17? Okay. So you pass the saves. You're good for now.
Okay.
I'd also say if you guys want the or the lizard folk to just do this for you, you don't need to physically go back. You can actually rest if you feel comfortable resting here. Otherwise, you could obviously rest in Daggerford, or you could even go to the Misty Forest and rest.
Having seen how speedily the lizard folk turned on Redeye when weakness was suggested, Butthole's not really willing to be like, you guys do a lot of work. I feel pretty weak. I'm going to take a nap.
Okay.
But he would be fine with Steed in the cart being like Quinny and Juniper could absolutely rest in the cart while traveling. Like the idea of like a short rest within this would make sense to him, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So yes, you go with the cart. Quinny, you still feel real gross, but like,
am I taking mechanically
going on,
a short
buddy?
rest in the cart? Because I'll get spell slots and some HP back then.
I think we can safely say that.
Yeah.
Short rest?
Short rest.
Short rest. Doesn't make a difference to Butthole's spell slots, but he'll take the additional half.
I'm going to roll a bunch of stuff.
He's glad to have Goblin Jr. with him again. He's wearing the top half of a skull as an additional crown.
They approve. They're into
Yeah.
that.
I actually can't go much higher than that because now I'm at max. That's my max.
Your new low max.
My new
Yeah.
max. So efficient with my dice now. I don't need to spend quite as many hit dice to get to full
Back
health.
at it, babe.
35, 41.
Great. So you spend some hit dice, regain some things. Quinny, you get spell slots back. You arrive at the wreck, and the lizard folk go to work. They hauled out about 300 gold that just seems to be kind of scattered from the various corpses and other things. Also, you get 2 healing potions out of the mud muck. There's some armor and weapons and things that I think you probably distribute amongst the lizard folk as like, you guys wanted metal, here you go, here's some stuff. It's not very good quality. It's just partially because of all the acid, just generally everything in here is
that makes
a little bit roughed up. However, there is one unique item that you pull out of it. There is a lute that seems to have an axe blade on it and some sort of crossbow mechanism. It's a little acid burnt, a little blood splattered, and on the inside it's got a little sticker that says, "If found, please return to." And then in a really scrolling, kind of hard to read language, it says, Ziggy Idle.
Oh, interesting. All right, we got a looter shooter.
Nice.
Thank you. We'll hang on to that in case we got to bring somebody around. Okay, so we've got this. This has got to get returned to somebody because it's got a label on it. So it's got to go back to Ziggy Idol. And then we've got some shiny stuff that's pretty good. I would say we'll take half. You guys get half. And if you want, we can take that on credit if you want for trading stuff, or you can hang on to it and then go shop for whatever you want.
We will perhaps take it to Daggerford as a sign of goodwill. And just like shifty-eyed lizard thing, like tongue darts through his mouth. Says, I've killed many of their people over the years, and they are. So maybe these small shinies will help smooth things over in the search for eggs we can all enjoy.
That makes
the eggs of peace.
That makes a lot of sense. So do you know what? We could split the difference. We'll give that half to Daggerford, and the other half we'll keep as credit in a car that you can come and trade with the government to buy some shit.
Credit.
You can give us. I'm going to take these now, and then you get stuff for it.
Is this not what theft means?
No, theft would mean that I take it and you get nothing.
Yes, that is what is occurring.
No, you're going to come. We're going to take you to Daggerford, and then come to a car, and you can buy stuff with the shiny things.
Okay.
It's Asgard. Fuck me.
You're the king.
This has been a day.
It's
I thought
okay.
we were all going to die a little bit ago. That was crazy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was close.
Okay, well, let us
but then
go
we
to
conquered
Daggerford.
with our indomitable strength. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Down with our enemies.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go to
Hey,
Daggerford.
bad.
Yeah, me too.
And Gator! Gator says.
Right, that's right, Gator. That as the travel to Daggerford is occurring. Gator, now that you know you're not a Gator, do you still like being called Gator, or should we be calling you something else?
Oh, yeah, no, it still speaks to kind of my experience, kind of who I am, you know. It'd be weird to change. I've already got to rethink me a bit, but the name I like.
Perfect. All right, Gator it is. Wow, Quinny, you look like crap.
I feel like crap.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
All right, well,
maybe I just wasn't sleeping as well as I thought I would be.
Well, we'll see how Gwent Noble Flame. He might be able to help you.
Why don't I try something just to see? And Juniper doesn't know what's afflicting him, but she's just going to do a little poke and cast Cleansing Touch. Because if it's a spell, it ends. But
it's a disease.
It's a disease?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, Quinny, do you think...
this
He
isn't...
just starts coughing.
Yeah.
So we got
shit,
And then
sorry.
Eggs like pokes
I
in
don't
and
know what
says,
this is.
hey, don't worry, I have a solution. And he holds up an egg. Egg?
It's an egg for you in this trying time.
Quinny will be like, yeah, sure. And thinking it's a hard-boiled egg, we'll try to we'll just tap it against the wood of the wagon. Is it just a raw egg that just shatters and just looks at yolk all over his hands like thanks.
Oh, wow, that was bad for everybody. Quinny, you looks like you've been going downhill pretty fast, though, right, bud?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's doing bad. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't know what
keep
this
coming
is.
with the lizard folk, and you guys can go ahead with this. And he produces a wooden magical ram that they used in Baldur's Gate for speed running back to town. He's like, I can't do it. Somebody's going to have to turn this on, and it kicks like a motherfucker. But then you can get Quinny to go fast. You two can go.
Yeah, we've done this before. Let's go, Quinny.
Yeah, let's go, Quinny. He thinks he's looking at a mirror image. He's like, no, wait, no, you're gone. to no one, just empty air. No, forget it. That guy's crazy.
All right, put him on the ram. And Butthole just steps back and with a stick pets the back of the ram and it bursts into existence. And he goes, all right, Juniper, you take Quinny so he doesn't die.
All right, let's go. And hauls him up.
Kia! And he smacks the ram on the ass and it takes off magically, sprinting into the distance.
And just as you blearily look back over your shoulder, Quinny, you see all the lizard folk on the ground, bowing down, hitting the ground with their fists in joy, yelling, brown eye, brown eye, brown eye, brown eye. And Eggslegs Martin just goes, so fucking cool.
And Butthole in the middle of all this goes, oh, fuck, I could have won that battle with the ram.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante, Tyler Hewitt, and Laura Hamstra, alongside our Dungeon Master, Tom McGee. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR. All of their music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons.
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Alarain Okapi, Madre de Gatos, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, Alex LaFountain, Mickey Blake, Seth Cambron, Corpse Knight Silver, Adamir 101, The Dankler, Anticore 7, Lady Destiny Stormbringer, Randall Eberly, the Yes Bud of improvisational comedy, Lord Taser, Funky Stevie, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.